Hello everyone, Jeremy here, and today I'm going to be taking a look at LEGO Star Wars Microfighters. Now this is a brand new game, as of the time of this video, released for iOS for 99 cents. So in case you never heard of it, Microfighters is a new line in LEGO Star Wars toys for around $10. You can get a variety of sets that come with one minifigure and a very small scaled down version of one of Star Wars's iconic ships such as X-Wing, Millennium Falcon, TIE Fighter. And although I think those sets are a little too expensive for what they offer, the game is directly related to that. So, there's a little bit of cross promotion going on. So anyway, I just wanted to boot this up and show you what this game is all about so you can decide for yourself whether or not it's worth your dollar. So this is the starting screen right here, and we have a few different things we can do. We can just jump right in, we can go into the options, or we can choose our side, which of course for Star Wars is going to be the light side or the dark side. So use the Force or use the dark side. We're going to start with the Force. Let's start with the good guys. And in case you're curious, the options that you have to choose from, very, very simple. Sound effects, music, language, credits. That's it. All right, we'll go back and let's start to play. And the two chapters you can choose from are the Clone Wars and Galactic Civil War. I'm going to start with the Galactic Civil War. And this game was developed in part by TT Games, which does all the other LEGO games that you see on console. So this isn't some sort of slapped together thing by some unknown developer. So you know that you're actually getting some quality here. So here are the 3 planets that we can go on for these different stages. The Battle of Yavin, I'm not too sure how to pronounce that, is the Battle of Hoth and the Battle of Endor. We are going to go let's start with the Battle of Hoth. And when it comes to choosing your ships, there's only 2 to choose from, and we got Han Solo down here, and I believe he's in the Millennium Falcon. And then we have, I believe just I don't know what X-Wing pilot this is, but we just have a regular X-Wing pilot. We can only unlock Han once we get 20 gold bricks, and we don't have that yet. Alright, so we are going to go on the Echo Base level. And before you jump in, here are some of the things that you can buy as far as equipment goes. So the equipment power-ups work very similar to that of like endless runners in games of that type, where you use the currency that you gain through actually playing the game and you buy different power-ups. So we can buy an extra heart, a magnet that sucks up coins, we can have a coin doubler, and then these other 3 power-ups here, I don't know what they are because they can only be unlocked once you get a certain number of red bricks that you find in the stages. And then as far as super weapons go, we have your normal super weapon that is just 20,000 studs. I have 86,000. I'm going to go ahead and buy that. It highlights like that, and then we just hit play. I wish that it was some sort of confirmation to let you know that you actually bought that, because it kind of makes me feel like I did something wrong. But we're just going to jump right in. And while this cutscene plays, as a very brief cutscene, I'm going to tell you that this is a top-down shooter. You're just going to be shooting other ships and drones or droids. It's one of those one finger controls just about everything game, so I'm going to be sliding my finger across the screen. There's the power up right there, and all you do is just hold down on the screen and shoot stuff. Now it's going to be a little bit awkward for me because I'm trying to hold this in frame on the camera, so normally I would be doing this with one hand. But you see as these ships come by, and all you do is just shoot them. Now just a very common thing with these types of games that I've noticed, and something I'm not a huge fan of, is the fact that your finger really covers up your ship a lot of the time, and it can be kind of challenging to free your hand enough so that you don't cover your own ship. So I am about to go down now because just not very comfortable holding it like this. But as you destroy enemies, you will get power-ups, and it will increase like your firepower. Like you see now, I have several beams of lasers going, as opposed to just the two that I had in the very beginning. Every time I get hit, you can hear my astromech droid screaming. I just got another power up. This is a brief power up where you get these flick missiles. And I have been destroyed. To put myself back together, I just tap. And we jump right back in. Now, just like those Lego games, you see up at the very top, I have these, have like this stud counter going on. And that is what they call the true pilot meter. So just like in some Lego games, when you get a certain amount of studs, you can get like a true believer, or something variant of that will give you a gold brick once you accomplish that. That's what that's for. So that is back in this game. See, I got some hearts up there, and I start off with 3 lives, but of course I have 2 now because I just died. And just so you know, this game is it's not hard, but it's not easy either. So the best word that I can think of is it can be challenging, as if that's any indication right here, because I'm about to die again. Let's try our super move, and when that happens, we just get the rest of the fleet, briefly jumps in and takes care of all the enemies on the screen for us. And there's a few different stages on each planet, and at the end, you fight a boss. And you also see my super move meter right there is charging up. So when you buy the super move, you can use it multiple times in a stage. You just have to wait for it to charge up. So don't be afraid to use it, because you are not necessarily wasting it at all. That's what it's there for. And I think the recharge time is very, very generous. Feel like I'm gonna go down. And then after we're done with this, we'll just check out the dark side. And whether you're on the light side or the dark side, everything that you see here is very similar. You'll be fighting either clone troopers or battle droids on the ground, and then you'll just be fighting each of the different common ships from each side for the most part as well. Alright, so I believe this stage is done. Yep, so that's it for the Echo Base, and then at the end they just tell you everything you did. So here are all the studs that I now have, 81,000. True pilot status is achieved when you get to 100, but I did not get to 100, so I can't do that. And I got 10 out of 36 gold bricks, and I did not get the red hidden power brick, which is used to unlock some of those other power-ups. So let's just quit out, and let's check out the dark side. Alright, we're going to move over to the dark side of the Force. The music changes and everything, so that's cool. We're going to go with the Clone Wars this time. And we are on Geonosis. So the stages that we have: Planetary Invasion, Droid Assault, and Separatist. Let's try out Separatist. Different ships that we can use here, or characters that we can pick from. Let's go back for a minute. Can't choose from any different character. Nope, cannot. At least that's what I'm seeing now. Alright, so back to Separatists. Next. Same deal. Same power-ups. Same ability to get a super weapon. This time around, let's just go for 2 times the studs. And you can get multiples if you want to. You don't have to just pick one. Alright, so here we go again. Once again, this game is 99 cents. For iOS, not too sure if it's available for Android or not. So I'm just playing as a regular combat droid. And now I'm taking down all these various Republic ships. So very similar to what it was when I was on the dark side. Still get power-ups to increase your firepower. You still have access to a super weapon if you bought one. And it's a lot of the same stuff. There are no in-app purchases, so you don't have to worry about buying your way through or not being able to afford anything because you are given a very generous amount of studs. So you don't have to worry about being broke. And like I said, there are no ads either. So this does feel like it is a good example of a 99-cent game. Granted, 99 cents is not a lot of money, but there are plenty of games out there that charge $1 or $2 and still have dual currencies and multiple in-app purchases that seem more like requirements if you want to get anywhere within a reasonable period of time. So look at me now. Got some more power-ups going. I'm getting hit like crazy though. If I make it to the end of this, we should see a boss fight. We'll just see how that works out. I need some health though. I'm just try to destroy these boulders. Because sometimes... Oh no, I'm dead. Forget it now. It's not important. Not important when you're dead. And you do lose the power-ups that you had when you do blow up. Another difficult, well, somewhat annoying thing is when your finger is covering up your ship like this, it also kind of covers up some things that can be missiles and lasers that can be coming at you. And if you're doing this while talking on the camera, it also makes it more difficult than it probably is. Oh my goodness. And that's it for me. And the Force will be with me always. Yeah, anyway, yeah, in this 10 minutes, I think that this was a good example of what you can expect in Lego Star Wars Microfighters. That is just $1, and there aren't a whole lot of stages, and there aren't a lot of characters to choose from, different ships that you can get. But what is here is very much like its namesake, Microfighters, and it kind of just feels like a nice small version of a game that if it were larger, it would be even better. So this is like a micro version of a game of similar quality. So if you got 99 cents to spend and you just want something that's very quick, that still holds up to that Lego quality, I do recommend this game. I do think that it is fun, and it's not just a kid's game. It's not super easy. It can get challenging. So check it out if you want. So thanks for watching. Until next time, I'm Jeremy, and I'll see you in the next video.